Right? Men are like dogs. Right? Have you ever fed a Labrador? Have you ever fed a hungry, horny Labrador a bowl of dog food? Does the dog care if you're wearing $100 mascara or no mascara? Does the dog care if your bra was $200 or doesn't fit properly? The dog doesn't care about that. The horny Labrador just wants his bowl of food. Men are like dogs, women. Stop overthinking it and put all this. No one, we don't even see that. We don't care. We just want our needs met. Enjoy the video. Men are like horny dogs. Easy to meet their needs. So easy. Let's get into it. I've got a question here: how to satisfy your man who's got a high sex drive. Alright, so this is a question I got asked in my coaching group at Durianrider.com. If you do want relationship coaching, it's very affordable. It's a one-off little paywall. I'm not here out to become a millionaire. I'm here to give the $1 million advice. So I got a question from a female viewer. She's like, my man, well, hypothetically, if I have a man with high sex drive, how do I keep him from straying? How do I keep the tomcat from going next door? Well, that's pretty simple. Alright, it's pretty simple. Where's my bottle? It's pretty simple. I've got a bottle here. So let's say sex drive's the liquid in the bottle. Alright, so if it's just going up, and it starts to overflow, the tomcat's gonna be like sniffing around other cats and other pussy. But if you just, spill it off a bit, just drain that bottle, then it doesn't overfill. It doesn't overfill. That's all you have to do. It's for men or women. If your woman's got a high sex drive and you're not making her, if you're not spilling out, not just draining the bottle, it's going to be flourishing over, especially come ovulation. She's at work, has a few drinks, goes to the work party. It's natural. Right? It happens. And it doesn't mean she don't love you or he doesn't love you. It's just, it's hormones, okay? It's hormones talking. So all you have to do, guys, or women, alright? The bottle's filling up, you just drain it. You empty it out, alright? You empty it out. You give it the release, whether that's once a day or 7 times a day. You just, you release it. And then you've got a really good relationship going on there because you're meeting that person's sexual energy needs. It's really simple. Guys like, oh, my girlfriend's just so, I don't know what to do. Satisfy needs. Find out what she likes. Talk with her, say, so what do you like? And you've got to be alpha enough for her to actually tell you what she wants, because a lot of women want certain things, alright? But they don't want to tell the little boy, because he's like, oh, she might say, well, I'll tell him what I really like. If I like being choked, or I'm hair pulled, or blah, 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 he might get freaked out, so I won't say that because he might judge me. But then the woman doesn't get her needs met, alright? So then the relationship, then she's always like nagging at him, and often when women are nagging at you, it's because you're not meeting their needs in the bedroom, guys, alright? And maybe you did early in the morning, but now she's built up again, she needs a, alright, and you haven't done it yet, so she's getting all, the tension's building up in her and she wants to release, okay? So remember that. Often when she's nagging you, there's no reason for it, alright? And now a lot of men will be like, why doesn't she just say what she wants? That's because women are scared of getting judged. So they get all frustrated and they lash out like a cat. Okay? And that would work back in the day before we had rules and prisons and laws and, domestic violence and all that stuff back in the day. In nature, that would probably work. The woman would get that aggression and passion she wanted to. But now, some men are scared to do that because they're like, well, what if I be too rough? And then she says, blah, 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 blah. And when we break up, she says, well, he used to strangle me or blah, blah, blah. But that's what she wanted. Yeah, so it can get really in depth. I'm just letting women know. You got to communicate exactly what you want. Right? Don't use this. Don't talk to a man like a woman. Right? Otherwise, you're not going to get what you want. And then maybe the guy knows what you want, but he's like, she's not really being too clear in communication, so I'm feeling a little bit, I don't know what to do here. I don't really like this situation. I'm feeling uncomfortable. And then the man's T levels just go down. And then the attraction's like, for that moment, is bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, erect banana. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, hardness. Bye-bye. We'll see you in a couple of hours, maybe. So that's just what happens, okay? So all you have to do, men and women out there, is to meet your partner's needs, is understand what they are, by asking, communicating, creating space with no judgment, no judgment at all. If your partner senses any judgment, they will like. Often what people do when you say, "Hey, what do you really like?" They'll shit test you. They'll be like, just like this, you know. And you're like, oh yeah, cool. And they'll test your reaction, your eyes, and like your like, posture, and you're like, oh, you like that? Oh, really? And then they're like, oh, okay. So I won't tell my truth. Just pull back. People like, they're scared of being found out not perfect. So if you don't create a place where people can be totally honest with you, then you will never ever satisfy. Right? And they will always be like, okay, that's just the deal. So if a guy's got a high sex drive, it's a lot easier for a woman to meet a guy's sex drive need, a man's sex drive need, because all you have to do is just release it, you know? But for a man to do it for a woman, what if a woman wants, 7 times a day penetration, etc.? That's gonna be a lot tougher for a guy, So it's, women can use lube and other things, but a guy, it's like, if your hormones aren't there or if your prolactin levels are up, you might as well get 2 paddle pop sticks or 10 and just, there's physics are working out there. So women definitely have it easier in that regard. Not good or bad, it just is what it is. It's just a lot easier. Men are very, very easy to please. Actually, we're like dogs. I'm not too fussy. We're pretty basic, and because of that, because men are so basic, we're like dogs. That can also get us into trouble as well, right? But women can just understand that. Okay, men are like dogs. Meet the dog's needs. Play with the dog. Kick the dog a ball. Don't kick him in the balls. It's pretty much basic. Pretty very, 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 very simple stuff. Just drain, and don't complain. And your little doggy boy is going to be like very, very happy and satisfied. It's so easy, It's so simple. Most women are shocked at the answer. Okay, and then they nag, and then it's just, oh man. Then they're nagging their guy, and then the guy's losing attraction for her, and she's like, well, I haven't had good sex for ages, and then she nags him more because he's more frustrated. And then the guy's just like, I'm going further and further back, and it's just like, and then the relationship, it's like a rubber band, just stretch and stretch and stretch. And women stretch, women cause this, because women are the selectors, okay? It's not good or bad, it's just how it is, Just like women have certain body parts, men don't. Not good or bad, it just is what it is. Women have more estrogen than men, it just is what it is. Not good or bad, it is what it is. Women are the selectors, women are the cause of relationship breakdown, because they don't communicate in a way a man can understand. Or they start nagging and kill a man's testosterone, and the man goes to work. Because men who have jobs do what women like, and so then he goes to work, and then the woman's there. Maybe he's not as attractive as his lady back home, but the good woman at work's more feminine, and his testosterone levels going up around her, and then she's feeling that. She's like, well, I like this masculine presence, and she's like, hey, what are you doing after work? Let's just go get a drink. Can you fix my car? It's like at home won't start. Oh, come on over, and it's just boom, it goes from there. It's hormones, alright? So women have to understand how to manipulate a man's hormones, and a woman who does know how to manipulate a man's hormones will have a lot more pleasure in her life, versus a woman letting her own hormones and emotions get the better of her, going out of control, and losing it. Same with the man as well. A man gets his hormones better of himself, he can get in trouble. Okay? Man doesn't listen to his emotions and keep him in check, he can get into trouble. Okay? So it works for both genders. I'm just saying that women have the big power here. Okay? Women have the power. They have the pussy. And if you got the pussy, you got the power. If you remember that. And it's not to abuse that right, it's to appreciate it and use it in a way that you both enjoy yourselves. Okay? Otherwise you build resentment. It doesn't matter how good you look, how much money you got, what things you buy. If a guy or a woman has resentment for you, then that kills the attraction. Okay? Either permanently or just temporarily or for that hour. Okay? That is very, very simple. How to please a man or woman with high sex drive is just meet their needs. Make it, and it's so simple. 1 or 2 minutes a day. 1 or 2 minutes a day. 5, 10 minutes a day even. To have a better core relationship, I'm in for that. Like, people go to relationship counselors and do all this stuff and surgery. It's like, man, it could be so simple. It'd be so simple. We put this effort into wearing makeup and stuff, and it's like, well, we don't really want to wear makeup. We want to just be drained. Why spend an hour doing makeup every day? We don't care about that. This is what matters. So fucking simple.